This is a level of entitlement that's ridiculous to me. In your home country, your sport is not very popular. You make a good amount of money, $220,000+, but it's not extremely popular. You play in Russia and make $1 million a season over there. And what do? You're careless enough to bring drugs to a country where you say you are aware that it's illegal.
I agree.
Now,
with
let's be real.
Getting back to our girl, Brittney Griner. She got found guilty this week. We talked about her last week, and we were talking about her possibly getting out with a prisoner trade. I think that's still up in the air. But this over since the last show, she's been found guilty. She got sentenced to 9.5 years in Russia. I felt like I knew that was coming because we talked about that too. How Russia plainly said they don't want to talk about anything till after the trial. So, and we were like, well, why would you want to have the trial just to trade her, right? They just want to kind of flex on it. So it's not necessarily a big shock that she got found guilty and sentenced. I think we saw that coming. But I think since then, people were, I guess, there's been a polarization around the subject about whether or not she deserves to do the time or not. I think we stand kind of like in no, since Russia's in the situation they're in with Ukraine, and we should get as many of the prisoners home as possible. But also, since we're not an echo chamber, I thought I would bring up a different opinion, and then we could, maybe go back and forth about that opinion. So this guy, his name is Pocket, or his channel's name is Pocket Watching with JT. So he's his name is Jayson Thorton, and he's a certified financial planner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, I think he started in as a
like an
accountant. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This whole Brittney Griner Russia situation. Here we go.
This is Pocket Watching with JT.
All right. Before I get started, I have to say that clearly Russia is overreacting. All right. They're overreacting.
I agree.
Now, what she pled guilty to is not a crime that I honestly believe that Russia would normally punish in this way. Okay. But we have to ask the question, how did we get here? Yeah, I know. I got it. Russia is using Brittney for leverage to get what they want from the U.S. I got that. But how did we get here? Let's just think about it logically for a second. We have Brittney Griner, who, let's be real, over 90% of the population had no idea who this person was or if she even existed before this whole Russia thing started. Now, Brittney Griner is an 8-time WNBA All-Star. She has not one, but I believe 2 Olympic medals.
Oh, wow.
But no one knew who she was. She is a woman that gets paid over $220,000 a year to play a game. All right? To play a
Basketball.
game. Now, that's good money to any average American. That's good money. The problem is you have people in this world who would want to compare her to an NBA All-Star. See, $220,000
he's
to play a game
going into the wrong direction now. Everything was good. Now he's doing a comparison. And see, the WNBA and the NBA, they're both basketball associations. So meaning that they should be protecting not only men athletes, the women as well. So I see where now he's trying to use a financial diversity between the two, from LeBron James versus Brittney Griner. But this is where I think this is going to be going in the wrong direction, in my opinion. because at the end of the day, what are they? They are a member of a basketball association. So meaning that there should not be, well, this one is better than this one. This should be the same.
Or shoot, and the
Well-
Olympic Association too then, right? If she has gold or...
To be fair, I think what he was.
I think he's going there because he
was saying that people
are
bring
doing
the
that.
comparison.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't
I'll
know
be
if
quiet.
he's.
I'm listening to it and I was like, wait, I was like, he about to drift left.
He might compare too, so you might be right. But I think just in that terms of that statement right there, I think he was saying people compare him. Yeah.
money. But when you compare it to NBA All-Stars who make $40+ million a year to play a game, now all of a sudden it's not enough. Okay. Let's just think about this. The WNBA does not make any money. The WNBA has perpetually been a loser when it comes to the bottom line. There is no way that a WNBA player should ever compare their salary to an NBA All-Star. That's number one. So how did she get from the US playing in the WNBA to Russia and being arrested and sentenced to a 9-year?
Because that's how women have to make money to survive as a basketball player. This has been going on for over 20+ years. This is not brand new.
I did have like a little bit of insight onto that salary take, if I could find it.
Yeah, because I'm thinking, okay, if she has a salary of $200,000 in the States, then again, what were you saying, Chris? Why would she need to go out to Russia to then add on more to the $200,000?
Because Russia's paying her $2 million a season.
Yeah.
Oh, got it.
See,
All right, wait, hold on. So this from the LA Times. WNBA players are guaranteed only a 50-50 split of revenue if the league meets prescribed but undisclosed goals. The WNBA had an estimated $60 million in revenue in 2018, according to Forbes. The NBA, 50 years older, racked in $7.4 billion
I was gonna say.
that year, and boasted.
this is a very, very easy fix.
And boasted $10 billion in revenue. So you're talking about NBA $10 billion, WNBA $60 million. Like it's,
And it's a very, very, very easy fix because it's $10 billion now because the NBA created they tampered and they started going into the televised games. So the NBA started charging for their games to be televised. That's why their games don't come on normal TV for free like they used to, like in NBC and ABC and all that other stuff like that. Basketball went into a different market when they were like, oh, we are gonna start charging them to televise our sport. That's why these guys now make way more money because it's TV money that they're getting.
I'm sure that's has something to do with it. That on top of like merchandising and advertising. I'm pretty sure their TV deals are a substantial part.
Because that's why.
But wouldn't the opposing argument be that there isn't a demand for the WNBA to get those same kind of deals?
You gotta make it a demand. So how do you do that? You gotta think of marketing schemes. So like for me, okay, like cryptocurrency arena,
I hate
right?
that name too.
They host how many games? They host the Clippers, they host the Lakers, they host the Sparks
And the Kings.
and the Kings.
Yeah, we just talking about basketball.
So you have 3 teams there, right? So,
I'm talking about the hockey team.
Oh yeah,
the Kings.
the Kings.
I don't know if you're talking about just basketball.
So basketball, you're hosting 3 professional basketball teams in one building. So on a Sunday game, you have the girls come on at 1. They play until 4:30ish. Then you have the basketball guys come on at 5. And you include it in the ticket. Regardless of the people come or not. If people are going to start paying for something, even if they want to see it or not, what are they going to start doing? They're going to come. If I buy some Laker tickets and the Laker tickets were normally $50, but now they're $75. Well, what's this extra 25? Oh, because you can see the Sparks play before them. I'm coming because I'm not spending my money for nothing.
Yeah, Chris, we got to think about unfortunately, the people that are going to say, hey, no, I don't want to see that. I need my $25 refund for that because I'm not going to go see that game.
You don't do it. People are going to do what you tell them to do. We don't want to pay $5 for gas.
That's a necessity, though. We're talking about entertainment. Like that's optional.
Like, let's be honest. Like, but people are gonna pay for it. Like, entertainment
you might end up driving down NBA ticket sales.
Hey, people
now both of them go down.
People are gonna come. Like,
and what if the NBA ticket sales go down and WNBA ticket sales go down?
But they're still gonna win because you're still gonna make money.
And man, NBA,
they making 70 million.
Yeah,
they making 10 billion.
That's because it's not promoted. But see, they're gonna have to do this because now this is branching out to a different.
And we getting off subject, kind of. We was talking about whether or not.
I'm gonna tie back into it.
All right.
Because now this is a bigger issue. You gotta have to start protecting your Americanized women athletes because a grip of women go overseas to play, and now we have a athlete there that got the maximum sentence.
Yep.
So this is a bigger problem.
Right.
Now this needs to be not exercise, but this needs to be addressed now. Pay these. They gotta figure something out.
Because I mean, it's easy to say pay them, but you can't just.
I know you can't pay them if there's no money coming in, but you got to create a marketing scheme. Because back in the '80s, the NBA was was going bankrupt. So Magic and Larry came in.
Yeah, that's true.
And now you got Candace and Brittany that are ballers.
True. I think the crust of the subject though is, does she? Well, the topic I put is, does she deserve to be in prison?
I feel like if she committed
I know
crime,
the salary is part of the argument, but that's what he's boiling it down to. Well, I'll just let him finish.
Okay. I have an answer right. Yeah, we'll let him finish.
She was able to find out that she could play the very same game where she's making $220,000 a year. She's going to double dip and play in Russia during the off season. Hey, listen, I'm a capitalist. I'm all for it. That makes a lot of sense. The WNBA season isn't super long, right? It doesn't take the whole year. She's making $220,000 to play a WNBA season. And during the offseason, she has enough time to play basketball in Russia. And guess what she makes? She makes $1 million a season in Russia. $1 million.
So she makes $750,000 more.
Scottie Pippen didn't make $1 million back in 1991 when he won his first championship with Jordan and the Chicago Bulls. He didn't make $1 million. She makes $1 million a season in Russia. She's been playing there for like 7 seasons. So what does she do? Just think about this. This is a level of entitlement that's ridiculous to me. In your home country, your sport is not very popular. You make a good amount of money, $220,000+, but it's not extremely popular. You play in Russia and make $1 million a season over there. And what do? You're careless enough to bring drugs to a country where you say you were aware that it's illegal.
I agree
Now,
with
let's be
that.
real. It's illegal here in the U.S. too, federally. Just because it's legal on the state level, it's still illegal.
And airports federal.
All right. So let's not act as if, oh, it's all good over here. It's not exactly all good because it's federally illegal too. You tell me that I get an opportunity to make $1 million a season playing a game in a foreign country where here I make pennies on the dollar compared to that. And I'm careless enough to say,
oops,
I was packing in a hurry. I was in a rush. You're in a rush. You've been playing there for 7 seasons. You know the rules. You know the laws. They pay you $1 million a season. And entitlement will tell you, I'm going to be a little sloppy in packing my bags and put all of this in jeopardy. All of it can go away like that by being sloppy. All right. So what's the moral of the story? The moral of the story is you have to take personal responsibility for your actions, right? Brittney Griner, in the purest sense, is not 100% a victim in this situation. Her personal actions, the things that she chose to do, led her to this point.
I agree.
Anybody who ever got a job that they weren't expecting, a job that is paying them way more money than they ever dreamed, would make sure that everything's right. You would make sure that you are in line. But getting too comfortable,
I agree,
and not paying attention to the details will lead you to a situation where you can lose everything. Brittney Griner's sloppiness led her down the path of dropping the bag. That's my take. That's my pocket watcher rant. I could be wrong. Put it down there in the comments. But listen, if you ever get to a position where you have reached a goal that you've been looking for all your life, that is not the time.
I agree.
Sloppy.
Need more?
All right. So, yeah, so that guy's Pocket Watching with JT. You can check out his YouTube channel if you search Pocket Watching with JT. Hopefully it's cool with us using that clip. I didn't ask him, but, you know, at least I'm giving him a shout out. If he wants me to take it down, I'll take it down. But thanks to him for his observation on that. So we'll go thoughts on the whole topic. Well, yeah, you haven't said anything about this yet, Randy. So what do you think about?
Well, I still think it's very unfortunate. And yeah, I mean, I agree on the aspect of, yeah, we need to be accountable. But I also heard a few other YouTube people actually yesterday that were thinking it in terms of, well, if the people have to choose between getting Brittany back and then giving Russia, who apparently this war criminal that we have here to do the switch off, people are saying that we need to be educated on actually the guy that we have here and if it's worth the trade.
You ever see that movie, I forget what it's called. Is it called God of War or something? It's Nicolas Cage. He's like a weapons dealer.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it a while ago.
That movie's based on that dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that's who they're talking about trading. Like a dude who he basically trades weapons in foreign situations to mercenaries or private companies or companies that want to keep, you know, low profiles about what kind of stuff they have.
Right.
Not a good dude. Especially as far as Russia's involvement with the U.S. goes. It wouldn't be good for us to have him out there, right? In general.
Right, so that's what people
So
are
that
saying,
is a
yeah.
good question. Is that trade? Well, we're getting Paul Whelan too, and he's like, He's a person that's in Russia. He's been there since I think 2018, and he got accused of espionage. I don't know if that's true. They're not going to tell us whether it's true or not that he's a spy, right? He claims that he's not a spy, but who knows, right? So he's been there for that. So he's also involved in that trade. So it's Griner, Whelan for the Russian mercenary dude. I'm gonna look him up.
Just the
real
one
fast.
mercenary dude, though, or were we gonna give him like
I think
two
it's
for
just
two?
the one dude. But I think the caveat is that I think he was serving 25 years, and he might have done something like 20 already. You know, like it's not it's not at the beginning or the middle. He's like closer to the end of his sentence. And so I think that was
But so then, you know, I don't know why I'm laughing because this is a horrible situation. But so then, what happens after the 5 years then? Like,
I think
come
he's
on.
free either way. So I think what the trade is like, I don't quote me that it's 5 years, but you know he has time left, but he's closer to the end.
Right.
But yeah, I think either way he's gonna get out, whether it's 5 or 7. You know,
I mean,
we
we're
might
getting-
as well just say,
Yeah.
hey, give us our 2 people back, and we'll give you this dude right now instead of in 5-7 years.
Man, you know what? I'm waiting for somebody in our government to really just step up and say, look, we don't negotiate. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
We ain't got nobody like that in the government right now.
We don't. And it's like, at what point can we say,
The president would be like,
put the lead army guy up there? Where's our military defense? I need to see some. It's unfortunate.
okay, so his name is Victor Bout. So if you want to know the Russian mercenary or weapons dealer guy that we're talking about, or that talking about trading for, his name is Victor. You probably have to say it like that because he got a K in it. It's not Victor like we spell it. It's Victor Bout. Hold on, let me see if I can bring up a picture of him. What? You know that's how they would say it, Victor.
And now tonight's star confession.
Let's see.
Jennifer
Cut all
Coolidge.
this off. Jeez. We went through all the. No, we didn't go through all the videos we got, but we went through most of them.
Yeah, I
Victor.
What do you think, Chris?
There you go, Victor.
the guy
Bout.
right here. Okay. I feel like how I look at it, I'm like, when it says, I think with this before the trial, and it said she can get up to 10 years or whatever the case may be, and I understand that this was a mistake. I understand that there's rules and regulations. I do understand all of that, but the issue, or not even the issue, but just the way I look at it is that with all of that in play, it's like, so she has to get the max. You know, I felt like 2 years would have been, I think, reasonable for this. You know, because there was some things on their end that they dropped the ball on, like she wasn't read her rights. She wasn't offered a translator.
You gotta remember this
You
is
know,
Russia though.
Yeah.
No, and I get
Like
it.
that, you can't like copy and paste American
Yeah.
laws.
No,
They
I
might
mean-
not have that law in Russia.
No, you're right.
They might be like, we could arrest you and not say nothing.
It's just like, dang, she just had to get the max. Like, y'all couldn't admit somewhere in the middle to be happy. You know, and that's like the stuff that kind of like bothers me.
Yeah.
You know, now I can see if she had like 10 of them joints or 20, then I could see that. But I'm like, where's about 2? It's like, really? And you got the max. First time defense. And then it's like, you know, you got the sledgehammer just thrown right at you. And that's the very reason why I don't like traveling in certain places already. You know, because their legalities and certain things that they do are just way different. And, you know, I throw a popsicle stick on the floor or accidentally miss throwing it in the basket, the trash, and then I'm subject to being locked up for 5 years because of littering. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I have no time for that. I have no time for, and then I don't want to hear, oh, because you're American, we're gonna prove a point, hit you with the maximum charge or something. Like, you know, like,
I still think that's what it is, though.
no, I don't want to go into too much into it, but that's what I think too. You know, that's why I'm just like to come halfway. Okay, she already been there for 6 months. Like, hey, you know what? We could have gave you 10. We're gonna give you 2 years. You know what I mean? You do good. Maybe we'll let you out of here in a year with some probation, or or we'll taboo you from coming back here. Cause they could do that.
Yeah.
Taboo her from not coming back. Ultimately, she loses because, like the gentleman said, she's making $1 million plus a year.
All right, so I think in general, I would say she broke the laws. She should do the time. That's what I would say in general. I think this is a unique circumstance, right? Like, I never try to apply American things to the rest of the world because I know we live in the best country on earth. We're spoiled. We like we can sue for everything.
Yeah.
We can get arrested for breaking the law and then sue the government for arresting us and win and get millions of dollars. Like, so I think we come from that privileged mentality when thinking about laws in other places or even customs in other places. I do understand that things that we consider culturally okay here aren't necessarily like that in the rest of the world. It's not just like Russia either. Like we have a big discussion about the A word, the Roe versus Wade thing. So, even culturally that's okay here. You take that to Ghana, you in jail just for doing the same thing that you did in LA. You go to Africa and Ghana, you in jail. Because they have like a no no fault policy, I guess. Like, you do it, you in jail, everybody. So I understand people's customs. And usually I would say she should do whatever time she got, because it would be one thing if maybe this is her first time going. She didn't know, but like he said, this is her 7th year going. She knows. She definitely knows. This is why I'm not doing that this time, though. And I've said it before, because Russia is in a war with Ukraine, and we are actively backing Ukraine as a country. And so now we're in a position where we have to show some strength and solidarity about what's going on in Russia. So since we're actively supporting a country they're at war with, we kind of got to flex a little bit.